Welcome back, man. 2020 version. Keep it a buck. In partnership with Hall Mills. We here in the studio.
A lot of these offers don't be that real, so it's not committable.
That feel like when everybody's getting their turn and it's not yours. What they call you? Godfather of New Jersey.
You powerful know? Man. I ain't gonna brag, but that's what they said. I ain't say that.
Keep it a buck 2020 version here, man. We back in the house with my man Savon Huggins. Do it. Team Do It.
That's right.
We've been blessed to have Tahjamell Bullock and Cody Simon. 2019 state championship. You know, winners. They own New Jersey for right now. You know, Taj looking at me like, what you mean for right now? Like, this is what it's gonna be. Nah, you know. I got you. But man, like I've been looking forward to getting y'all up here for different reasons. Taj, I've been looking forward to getting you up here because you actually had to wait your turn. Right. And it's very rare in these days that we see a kid that was highly touted out of youth ball really sit and wait. Mm-hmm. Cody, the reason why I wanted to get you up here, and I mean, I respect you so much. And I respect you so much because you do what you do, and you do it so quietly. And I wonder if that's why, in my opinion, New Jersey doesn't respect you. I was pointing it out to Rich Hansen how whenever you go to a national showcase, whether it's the Rivals ranking, whether it's a 24/7 ranking, whether it's ESPN, you always come out as the guy holding the torch for New Jersey. Mm-hmm. You are the number 1 rated player in New Jersey according to those scouting services, and you are within the top 100 and top 50, depending on which poll, and all of those serve. And in your position, you are within the top 5. But for somehow, when we get to New Jersey, you are in the top 10. You are in the top 10 behind a bunch of kids that go to these events with you as well and don't show like you show. Why do you think that happens to you?
I mean, I would say, like, I don't really want to focus. I don't really focus on the rankings that much. That doesn't really faze me. But I mean, Jersey, we have a lot of talent, and I think some people see the talent differently. And I mean, I feel like at Prep we probably have one of the best all around talent. We have probably the best all around talent, and man, it don't really faze me. Like,
yeah, Richie said you was that was the exact answer your coach said you was gonna get.
Literally.
And I think that's why you get overlooked, because I believe the squeaky wheel gets the attention. You're not animated. You don't make a pick and score and do a lot of tactics and things like that to bring attention to yourself.
And a lot of this stuff is about perception is reality and branding. Right, and a lot of these kids use that as a tool and a revenue to build their brand, and not that you don't, but you let your work speak for itself. And I think it's very rare in this 2020 to find student athletes who are more consumed about the work than what they post and the person who's going to edit their video if they highlight 3-4 times of the same clips over and over and over again. And for you, I think that's the answer, to be honest with you. Like, that's exactly what the answer is branding. When you look on his Twitter or Instagram, like, he probably ain't tweeting in a couple months. Like, how can they put that and justify that as the number 1 person?
You got to be marketable.
If he's not active on social, and unfortunately, that might come at his expense, but then he go and do what he got to do, and then all of a sudden the Star Ledger has a big thing of him, and so I think it is more so the perception of reality, and it's no different when they choose college coaches. They choose the coach that has the bigger brand. Mm-hmm. Like, it ain't about the better coach; it's the coach who's gonna put, fill the stands up. So that's kind of I think the answer to that. But I love that you stay true to yourself, man.
Okay, so now I'll go to Taj. Yeah. You're a name that I've been hearing for a while. And I always say, like, how is he? Like, how St. Pete, we knew what it was with Masai. Like, I remember Peter's loss to Joe's in the playoffs, and I was speaking to my brother Ahmed, and he said, yo, how'd it go? So I told him, I said, listen, man, Joe's deserved to win that game, but Masai didn't deserve to lose. He was like, what do you mean? I said, he left every fiber of himself on that field.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted that more than him. And that's going to be a hard shoe to fill next year. So we had Hanson up here. Nas is here. And they were talking about what they think next year can be like. And I said to Nas, I said, well, y'all got to fill Masai shoes. Like, what's that going to be like? He said, he called you Deuce. He said, Deuce, he said he got all the tools to do it. I just don't want to say nothing yet because I got to see him do it. And when he said that, that was too humble for Nas for me. So I'm like, I don't know. Then I'd ask Savon. And Savon used to say, he's special. He got something you can't teach. He's special. But I know Savon is St. Peter's through and through. So I'm like, I got to see.
I'm biased, though. I'm unbiased.
Yeah, I mean, but like Savon was really, really high on you being unflappable. That was one of the things that he wanted to see in you, was mental toughness. He'd wait for certain situations in the preseason to see how you was going to respond. Win, lose, or draw. It wasn't about whether you made the play. It was about how you responded. And you guys went down to St. Joe's Hamilton. I don't think it went well for y'all. Yeah. And Savon they probably lost a couple, that's where Hairline went, right, that game. 100%. But what he said is, I seen some things in Taj, and I think we're going to be all right. I like this bunch. For yourself, when you came into high school, how'd you feel about yourself as an athlete, and what did you expect to happen?
I knew it was room to improve, just continue getting better, Coming in, I just wanted to compete. I thought I'd be able to compete for a job. I came in every practice, every day, just wanted to get better. I wanted to make Masai work for his job, just continue to keep working. That's what I did.
Okay, you come from a historic Pop Warner program, Brick City Lions, and with that comes a lot of hype. And a lot of times you have to live to that hype,
right?
Because now I said you the next one, you fit the physical mold, and everybody's looking to see what's going to happen. Automatically, you have the measurables to be a Division I player.
Yes, sir.
But you're going on, you wait your freshman year, you wait your sophomore year. You're watching your peers get offers, get a lot of national attention at that point.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? What are you feeling? And like, keep it a buck. What are you feeling at that point? Like, are you having inner turmoil? Like, did I make the right decision with the school, or where are you at?
I always knew Prep was the place for me. I never really second guessed it or I should leave or anything like that. I knew they was gonna mold me, get me right. I knew my time would come, and God willing, it did. I'm just trying to keep getting better, keep working. That's what I'm doing now. Yeah.
Okay, so
I got a question for both of you guys, and one of you guys can answer this one by one. Is when did you finally recognize that you arrived? And I say that from a personal experience. When I got a University of Florida offer, I checked myself at the door and be like, am I really as good as I think I am? Like, I remember asking Coach Hanson, Coach, am I really as good? Is Urban Meyer really recruiting me? Like when did you guys realize in your career that before you even got the offer, or is it a certain offer you got that you realized okay, I'm here now? When did you realize at that point? Because you're striving for that. You're striving for the attention. You're striving for that big opportunity. When did you realize I've arrived?
I mean, for me, I'm always got room for improvement. I still think I could play so much better. This season, so much room for improvement.
Right.
I feel like maybe towards the end of my junior year, I had a pretty strong year that year, and I was proud of the way I played, but I still knew that I had to get a lot better.
Yeah.
Mentally, physically, I wasn't as big as I wanted to be, and I think it's the work ethic that I put in going into my senior year. I was in the gym every day, trying to get better. But I think watching my brother and going through that and seeing what he had to do to get to his spot, and it's just still a grind. You coming to Prep and helping us, that I feel like that's one of the catalysts for us winning the championship. Just grinding and keep going. And I mean, I think we still got so much more work to do. I wouldn't say I'm here yet. I still got a lot more to go.
Absolutely.
Nah, man, I'm not letting you here for high school. This chapter's closed. You've been here, done that. So we not doing Ohio State, whatever. But You can't do
How
no
about,
more.
how about you, Taj?
Just like Cody said, to be honest with you, I don't think I have arrived. You know, all the offers that come in and all that stuff, yeah, it's all God's blessing. Yeah, I take it in. It's great opportunities. You know, I'm just trying to get better though for the most part.
Right.
So hold on, when will you have arrived? Because you're going to be a senior now. I mean, we're in the era of the quarterback in the Big North now. There was a time where most of the Big North teams lost because the quarterback play was young. Masai was the only senior. You had Mike Alamo at Joe's. He was young. You had Tashawn Roberson, but, you know, then Butler came. So it was you, Butler, Dorian Noel, the kid from Del Barton. You guys are all 2021 class, first year. Really, this is your show started. But now, all you guys have put up crazy numbers.
Yeah.
And y'all the grandfathers now.
Okay.
So there is no I'm still arriving. Like, you here now. You here now. So you got to take it somewhere. When do you feel, because you got a state championship, you've got offers. What do you need to feel like you've arrived?
I can't even tell you. I got you. Like, this season, I know it looked good on paper. Everything we did as a team, but all the stuff, the hard work we put in the off season, even during the games, you guys see the comeback wins we got, stuff like that. It all wasn't sweet. So I mean, you know,
I'm gonna help you out.
Yeah.
Comeback games. You had a few of them. Where it was placed on you. Like Cody, I spoke with Hanson about you scored more touchdowns from the defensive side of the team than some running backs. So, you know, you guys were a cohesive unit. The defense stepped up for the offense, but a lot of times it was left like, okay, young boy, here's the ball. Let's go close it out.
Right.
What was it like the first time? The very first time, ball's in your hand, and you got to go make it happen. What are you thinking? What are you feeling?
Just like Coach Savon said, you know, he in my ear, keep cool. Just ain't nothing, you know, worry about it. And just my dad preached that to me too. Just stay calm, cool, collective, get through it, you know. And first time Bergen, first comeback win, you know. It's just a regular play. We get the ball, we gotta score. I ain't think too much about it. I thought throughout the whole game we just gotta score every time we get the ball. So I mean, ain't nothing really changed.
No, I was saying, like, and just to your point, like, I remember during the week we talked about that. It is expect everything to be at a disadvantage. Like that's how you got to play the game, no matter who it is expect everything to be a disadvantage, so you don't expect any work for it. But, you know, to that point, like, I wanted to get a little deeper in, like, how'd you feel mentally on that last drive or a few drive before the game? Like, what was going through your mind?
Thousands of people screaming.
When you threw that interception and you came back to the sideline, like how was your mindset then? Like, were you like, damn, should I change that? Like what was going through your mind after that interception that you threw? I think it was Gist, right, or something like that.
Right. Yeah,
the slant. Like, what was your thought process after that drive coming off? Just want to kind of know exactly what you've been thinking and how you kind of cope with all these adversities in the midst of a game.
Yeah, I got you. The adversities that come, you know, it's just like fix it and forget it. It's like as soon as it happens in the past, we on to the next play. We move in, we keep going. You know, I can't think about it too much. If we dwell on it, it'll linger throughout the whole game and it pile up and get bad. So you gotta fix it, forget it, and just move on.
So you throw the interception.
Right.
The defense comes on, and you just say forget it, and you're moving right on. Like that, you're not looking at the clock, wondering if you're gonna get back out there. You're not saying this is my first big start, and I'm effing it up. That's not never entered your mind.
Well, yeah, I threw a pick. Yeah, it's like, damn, I smacked my hands,
Right,
whatever.
right.
We moving on now. There's no dwelling on it. That's my dad preached that to me too. You just gotta keep going. You can't.
I think that's a big part about our program. Like we focus on self-talk and like positive thinking. Like on the sideline, you can't really hear this stuff, but like he was a big part of it. If you mess up, it's got to be move on to the next play. Like it's no dwelling because any play they could score, they could go down the field and like just hurt you on the field in the game. And I feel like when we can move on and like be more together as a unit, like we can get a stop or they'll make a big play and then the game changes in an instant. So it's like
now both of you guys
on.
are leaders on the offense. Literally, like these are the two leaders of the team. You know, so like, how do you respond when things go well? How do you respond when things go bad? Like, I want to know, like, do you notice that the people around you change when you guys do certain things? Like, how do you use you being a leader of the offense to your advantage to get the guy, the receiver, to play better for you? Like what do you do or what do you say to make sure that, like, he playing for you? Like, I know he gonna be there. Like, how do you handle that, or what do you do to make sure everybody's always on the same page, especially when things start to get very chaotic?
Chaotic, I got you. So if we moving, we got stuff going. You know, I'm lifting guys up constantly on the sideline, telling them let's go. You know, let's see.
Yeah, no, definitely, man.
For the most part,
yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like now. Now for you, how do you handle that? Like,
are you a verbal leader? Because I don't see you talk much.
Nah, I'm on like in the normal day, I'm not really that talkative, but on the field, like I try to be the loudest as possible. I say our defense really fed off energy this year. I'd say one of our best like performances and like for a small part of the game was the first Bosco game. We had like 3 straight stops when they had plus territory. Every time we came on the field, that in those 3 drives, we were like, it doesn't matter what the offense does. Like, we got to focus on us, and we came out like energy. Everyone was ready to go and smack the offense, and like that really helped us. And I say that's a big part of that game. And I mean, I think it goes back to the self-talk, and we would focus on next play. We got to do it for our offense, and we got to get them back on the field so they can score, because we're a team.
You keep mentioning self-talk, and it's a couple of times I've heard you say that. And how old are you?
17.
17. So the fact that you appreciate like where'd you get self-talk from? Like, where'd that come from? That's something that your brother did, or something that your parents instilled? Like how did you know to be able to reiterate and like self-talk to yourself and self-motivate yourself in like in a game-like setting? Like, where'd that come from?
It came from tough moments in basketball, really. Like,
okay, wow.
I was in the like, I was just down on myself, and I struggled a lot, and I really like had to focus on like getting my bad thoughts out of my head, and like I carried that over to football, and like really I know like anything that happens in the game, it's not going to affect me as much. If I tell myself I'm good, I need to make the next play. And I mean, it's helped me so far, and I know there's no voice that's better for me than my own voice. And if that voice is good, then I'll be fine.
Now I know I mean to cut you off, but I know we talk about like, you know, being an athlete and why it's so important to play multiple sports, so you learn how to manage different coping mechanisms depending on your ability and different. And like, I had no clue that was where that came from, but you know, for the listeners, why it's important, as a guy who's one of the most decorated linebackers to ever come out of New Jersey, he played basketball. You know, like outside of his personal training, like, you know, I think it's so important for athletes to play multiple sports, because it's a different component to something when you aren't the biggest, strongest, and fastest. Like, you got to play good defense. You got to have some handle. You got to shoot. Footwork. You know, footwork. So some of those things, you know, it was great to learn that. You know, I didn't even know that, so that was great, man.
One of the things that I noticed about you and your brother, I noticed the incremental size differences every year. Who trained you guys? Like, who works out with you guys? Like, what'd you weigh your freshman year?
Cavity.
My freshman year, I was probably like 180.
Sophomore year now.
Sophomore year, I got to, I think it was like maybe 200, maybe.
Junior year.
And it was like, I think I was like 210 maybe, and then.
So I noticed, like, even with Shane, like, I watched him, and it's like, obviously y'all have the same DNA for the most part, so you should be able to gain. But your arms, I was watching every year, arms get a little bigger, legs get bigger, y'all look the part. And who trained you?
She gonna love this, but I had to say my mom. She's a big part of our process. She's probably one of the hardest motivators for us. I mean, I work out at my own like physical therapy place, but I say she's driven inside of like in me, like my basis of my motivation. Like she's one of the hardest workers.
She
I
give
know.
you the workout plan and all that?
Oh nah.
Yeah, like who's sculpting y'all?
I mean,
that?
we work out. The prep workout program is probably one of the best I know.
Well, then it only look like it's working for you,
and
so
then-
I can't believe that.
Well, no, and then after we lost to Joe's, I made a promise to myself like I'm too small. I felt like I was too small. I wasn't ready enough to play, like to be a linebacker. I wanted to be, and so I went to a local gym, and every day, like Sunday to Sunday, I went, and I just needed to get bigger.
So by yourself, your brother give you the weight plan from Notre Dame.
Yeah,
like,
and sometimes my mom went with me, sometimes he went with me, and I just had to work. Like it was just,
Wow.
It was we started in January. I just every day.
Okay, so Taj, now you're coming to be a senior. What's your goals physically?
Physically, right now I'm about 215. I'm just trying to get 220, get my speed right. I've been running track. You know, I used to play basketball, like Cody said. I can face adversity in that, stuff get affecting me, like got my mind right in certain situations, you know. But yeah, just get my speed right in track. Yeah.
So I have a question for each of you. Okay, so you said the Joe's game was a huge motivating factor for you. As a linebacker, you spend the bulk of your time meeting people in the hole. What's the hardest collision you ever had in the hole? With who? We spoke to Kyle Manunga. He actually remembered it. He called it out.
I probably said it was him.
Yeah?
I probably was. I got to think
Like
about
that time when you pulled up and you like, I felt that. I felt that.
He made. I don't know. He was one. I think I tackled him in the first game this season. It kind of gave me a little stinger, but I mean, I had to think about that one. Like nothing that really made me like gave me nightmares or anything. But
Taj, you know I'm coming to you. Because I believe I got to know yours. When was that time you like, what was the number of that truck? What was the number of that truck? Because I'm going to tell you what I think it is. Because we're going to cut this in the video on this podcast. We're going to put that hit in the video.
I know what you think. I already know. You can say it.
No, I want to hear you.
All right. From this season, it was probably Notre Dame. The Notre Dame game.
I didn't see that game, man.
Yeah, I think it was a broken play. It was a broken play. I run out the pocket, and I think I don't even know who the dude who hit me, to be honest with you. But he got me good. I got up, my legs a little shaky.
He's serving that drink. Right.
Right.
All right, you know. So I thought it was Teray Powell. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. And for you, I wouldn't have never thought it was this year. I would have thought it was your sophomore year. I didn't. Not a specific moment. It's just it was real back then, and you was a lot smaller.
Yeah.
So I didn't see you as like a grandfather. Like this year, you was physically bigger than most kids.
Yeah, sophomore year, I was more of like a pass defender. Like they didn't really have me on run stuff, so it was easier. All
right. So now I know these answers probably gonna be different because this was your first year thrown into action. You got a long history. What game is the game that you get named starting quarterback, and it's like, okay, you had your Bergen game, and that might have been the game. The game where you said, like, this is it. This is the game. This is the game that everybody finds out who I am, or this is the game where I cement who I am, or this is the game that I just got to have. What game is that for you?
Last year, it was Montvale. We came up short.
Last year?
Yeah, well,
this season that just passed.
This season, yeah.
Okay.
It was Montvale. Came up short. That was probably.
Oh, that's what y'all call St. Joe's?
Yeah.
Y'all call him Montvale? All right, they let the cat out the bag. They just Montvale.
So that was probably my worst game of the season. They had a good game plan for me, All right.
Go ahead, Taj.
I wanted that one bad,
Right.
That was just an awful game, I was trying to keep my rhythm though, do as best as I could, keep pushing through it, and just get my guys up, and we'll see them again. So yeah.
And Cody, what was that game for you like?
I I feel like the first game of the year for us was big.
See, you different, man. You different.
Why you say that?
Because you about to tell me you got up for Erasmus Hall.
Nah, this is Millville.
Oh.
This is Millville.
Oh, that's worse.
Nah, it's because I was going into this year. I was kind of nervous. I didn't know how our team was gonna react, and we started off that game strong, and we played a full game, or at least a full half. But we really like showed what we could do, and that gave me confidence. And then it just carried for the rest of the year. To be honest, and I feel like when we started strong, it was just like it was hard for us to get beat.
All right, so I'm gonna bring you back now. Millville showed y'all what y'all were capable of. What was the feeling as you guys got back on the bus, went back to Jersey City, leaving St. Joseph Hamilton?
I got it. So that was the wake up call for everybody. To be honest with you, I knew it right after. That was like we had to hit the switch, and we all had to wake up. Especially for me, I think that was a game that really like woke me up. Like that I was doing something wrong. I need to play better and just turn up my game to another level. And see, that was the point in the season where we we would go into lifts and I get home and I'm working out again because I'm just doubling up, just trying to get better footwork wise, do everything I could, just keep pushing, get better now.
Yeah, and I remember Coach Hansen said, you know, how the way he shapes things, like that was intentional. Like he wanted to drive down there and take that 2.5 hour ride because he wanted to see how, like, and that was what we as a staff wanted to see, like how are we gonna respond.
Right.
And if y'all noticed at one point, we just stopped like yelling at coach. We just wanted to see what y'all gonna do. We gonna call a play, and we're gonna see what y'all gonna do. We're gonna see the effort y'all gonna give because we knew it's gonna be a very untraditional. Like you'll never see anything like that for the rest of the season, and we needed to motivate y'all playing Millville because we knew what the deal with Millville was. Like we gotta find a way to get y'all motivated for something bigger than Millville because Millville wasn't it, you know, and you know it did more than I thought. You know, in fact, I came out of that like, oh wow, we got some work to do. Like I remember calling you about that. I was
woke me up out my sleep.
Right,
I was like, what? So he like, yeah, man. It didn't look right, but they was real. I'm like, Savon, don't start telling me how good they was. I don't want to hear that, me. Like y'all big North. I don't want to hear it. But
I was wake up call. I really thought like that game. That it wasn't even a game. It was a scrimmage, and you know that stuck with me throughout the whole season. Our performance from that game.
Yeah. So to flip the script a little bit, and let's just dive into some recruiting.
Hold on, please, save one question before we get to recruiting.
Go ahead, bro.
I want to, because I'm trying to pull something from you. So we're gonna go back to. You got one more year left, right? You know what your schedule looks like this year?
Yep, sure.
Do you got any games circled on that schedule?
Everybody.
Everybody. All right, that's safe. That's safe. So you've had like a meteoric rise up the rankings. Like you went from nobody knew you nationally to he's here. You know, you got some of the better institutions in the world. Most importantly, academic institutions too. That Duke is a real good offer. Recruiting you, and Richie Hanson's throwing you into. I don't know if you know what you getting into, but you about to be standing on the other side from the alleged number one quarterback in the 2021 class.
Right.
And to me, that's an opportunity for you.
Mm-hmm. So I see that too.
Talk to me about it.
No doubt. Yeah.
Don't get shy. Keep it a buck. You from Jersey, man. Don't bite your tongue.
All right, I got you. I don't got nobody circle. I see he's the number one quarterback. You know, that's what I'm striving for. So I mean, it's all good work, all good money. You know, I'm looking forward to the opportunity to play against him and his team. You know, but I'm also looking forward to play against everybody else and set the record books. Like put my name in there for winning 2 chips, not just one. So
I hear you. Yeah. So here's my. I'm sorry, sir.
No.
But I'm intrigued with the talent at St. Peter's, and this is one conversation I've never had with you. Who's gonna fill the role of Byron and the other kid I love? Who's it? Jelani Mason.
Mm-hmm.
I know you have what's his government?
Sanchez.
Who? No. So who steps up now? I mean, we already know you have Pooh returning, but that's it, right? That started last year.
Jalen started too. And we got 3 guys coming back who started. But Shazier Sullivan, he got an injury that set him back a couple weeks. He coming back. He was playing real well till he got hurt.
Okay, is any one of those a burner or a big kid? Because I feel like that's what Byron stretched the field for y'all, and Jelani is just a real he was a glue guy.
Jalon is our best receiver on the team, and he was that last year.
So yeah, I mean it is what it is, man. We keep it a buck here. So
Yes, sir.
So all right, now what game is that, Gonzaga? What game of the season is that? Because I know it's early.
Like third game, I think it is.
But it's like 0 weeks or something so it's probably week 1 or something.
Week 2 or something like that.
So you going in there and you got to get reacquainted with a new cast, right? How does that make you feel? What do you do to compensate for that time?
Hey, all those guys, they all bring something special to the table, you know. We're not dwelling on what these guys did. It was amazing. All these guys, Jelani and them, Cody, Byron, they all brought something to the table that was just great, you know. But all these guys have a certain skill set, and you know, it's all good. It's all good. So
how do you swipe off the residue from last year and make sure the kids are focused on the now? You know, because everybody. You know, guys haven't gotten the rings yet. You know, so that's gonna be something you got to deal with, and that's gonna.
Speaking of them rings,
right?
I told him this, but I always like to make it good. I like to give y'all some motivation for the season. You know, I can tell you some things that might make you look forward to the season. Savon posted a picture with Oliver, Coach Oliver.
Yes,
and they had the trophy, and I don't know if I sent you the screenshot or I told you. I said, so Savon posted a picture, and there was a kid from Joe's that called me and said, they got my trophy. I need my trophy back. You talking about 2 years in a row. I just thought I'd sit that there for you.
Yeah.
Y'all got something. A lot of people feel like y'all got something that belonged to them.
Yeah.
They should.
Yeah, they should, right?
as they should, man. It's SEC or high school football, man.
Absolutely. Every week.
Nah, but to that, you know, how are you going to get the guys to stay locked in and not be focused on again? Because you know you haven't got your rings yet. You're gonna go through that, and there's gonna be a lull for a week and a half. You know, guys are high school kids. You're gonna post about it, you're talking about it, but how do you stay focused on this season and understand like that's what we did last year? Like what do you how are you going to handle that, you know? And I think if you haven't thought about that, you know, start thinking about that, like, but what are you going to do to make sure kids stay locked in and not just assume because what y'all did last year that it's going to happen this year?
Yeah. See, that's what I think we got caught up with 2 years ago with that team, and we lost to Montville. Like, we got caught up on what we did the year before. So, I mean, getting to MetLife, and then we lost.
Right.
And then I think we got to focus on, like, what those guys did. So, I mean, this team, we locked in, and we was focused on not what everybody else was doing, but coming in every day and just putting our heads down, just working. You know, I keep saying that. I continue to say that. And that's what we do now. We just take every day, day by day, and just keep getting better. That's what we do.
So, Taj, you passed for 2,274 yards in your first year as a quarterback, through 6 interceptions to 26 touchdown passes. Yo, that's real healthy there, man. What's your goal for this year?
I
you want to set up? Don't be shy, man. Do you want to be the best quarterback to ever come through St. Peter's Prep building?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm looking forward to. But that wasn't my goal coming into Prep. You know, it wasn't my goal as a starter. Even coming into the season, you know, it was just bring a state championship here, and that's what I did. And now I want to bring another one. That's what I'm focused on. I
want to end it on that because we were way past our time. I want to say thank y'all for coming out and keeping the buck with us, man. This build was real. And please don't forget nothing that we shared with y'all, man.
Sure. You got it. Great fellas. Do it. I wanted to get a little deeper in, like, how'd you feel mentally on that last drive or a few drive before the game? Like, what was going through your mind?
Thousands of people screaming.
When you threw that interception and you came back to the sideline, like how was your mindset then? Like, were you like, damn, should I change that? Like what was going through your mind after that interception that you threw? I think it was Gist, right, or something like that.
Right.
It was the slant. Like, what was your thought process after that drive coming off? Just want to kind of know exactly what you've been thinking and how you kind of cope with all these adversities in the midst of a game.
Yeah, I got you. The adversities that come, it's just like fix it and forget it. It's like as soon as it happens in the past, we on to the next play. We move in, we keep going. I can't think about it too much. If we dwell on it, it'll linger throughout the whole game and it pile up and get bad. So you gotta fix it, forget it, and just move on.